Welcome to Wrap It Up and welcome to 2020. Can you believe it? We are within the year already. My name is Nonkazibulo Qindi and thank you so much for tuning in. It's always a pleasure, always an honor to have you with us. Now, there are events that have happened in the year 2020, but before we get into these events, let's just go back a bit and reminisce on the year 2019. Of course, there are bad and good events that happened and made headlines in the year 2019. And when we start off with the bad events, we see the SAA strike that took about 8 days, in which unions and workers were striking over wage demands. They were striking against the restructuring process that was happening at SAA. An 8 days long strike cost about hundreds of millions of rands, but the good thing is that people went back to work as normal and their demands were met. Another bad event we saw is the KZN floods that claimed about 85 lives and damages worth 650 million rand. As I'm talking to you right now, those victims are being accommodated by the government in state places and houses. We also saw Donald Trump bringing to a halt his plan to designate the Mexican drug cartels as terrorists. This after about 9 citizens were actually killed in an ambush. So I believe that the president just wanted to be on the same page as the Mexican president, because it sounds like the Mexican president didn't want any drama at all. So I'm kind of grateful that he did that, but it's sad that lives were lost in this ambush. Another sad one we saw is of the wildfires and the earthquakes that were in California. Even the scientists don't know when these earthquakes are going to stop. That's the catastrophic thing about these earthquakes that happened in California. We also saw Cyclone Idai that claimed lives. It created a landfall and claimed over 1,000 lives in Malawi, in Zimbabwe, as well as other African places. So about thousands of people lost their lives, and may their souls rest in peace. We also saw terrorist attacks taking place in Sri Lanka, where about 250 people were killed and 500 wounded and counting. Whenever I see the visuals, whether it's the videos, whether it's the pictures, it seems as if there's no help, there's no hope. No one is doing anything. It just keeps on getting worse and worse by the week. But we can only hope that God's hand will be stretched into Sri Lanka and the situation will subside. And when we come to the stars and honorable figures that we lost in different departments and aspects, it has been a very, very sad year. I mean, we lost actor Andile Gumbi, who passed away in a production in Israel. We lost veteran broadcaster Xolani Gwala, who struggled with colon cancer for 1 year, 6 months. We lost the UCT student Uyinene Mrwetyana, who passed away by being raped and murdered at a post office in Cape Town. We lost Precious Ramabulana from Limpopo, who was stabbed 52 times at her residence where she was staying. A week later, we saw Khumule Molekhai passing away through a similar death. She was stabbed 25 times, torched, and lit. A gruesome death that she died. We also saw evangelist Reinhard Bonke passing away, followed by Pastor Nezimu, who also struggled with cancer. And when we move further afield, we saw President Robert Mugabe also passing away due to cancer at the age of 95 at Singapore. So it has been a very, very sad year when it comes to the horrific stories that took place, and we can only hope that this year will bring us better stories, and tears of sorrow will turn to tears of joy. May the souls of those who passed away rest in peace, and may the families and friends of those affected find it in their hearts to move on and heal with time. This is Wrap It Up. Continue to like, to share, and to subscribe. Shap, shap. So in as much as they are sad and horrific events, they are events just as good. Every bad side has a good side to it, and that's what 2019 was. There were bad stories and there were good ones. So 2019 started off with good news and good stories of a successful general election that we had. Obviously, ANC won, followed by DA and then EFF. But there are huge events that happen, which I believe they are going to affect the numbers in the next general election. You'll remind me of this day. Look at ANC. We saw the unemployment rate shooting to a whopping 29.1% in 11 years. That was the highest. We saw multiple resignations in the DA, and we also saw in the EFF banning certain media houses from coming to a conference, and then there was that saga of some EFF members bowing down to the leader, Julius Malema. You know what? They look like they are small, but trust me, you'll remind me of this day. Another one that we saw that was trending and huge, it was of a stem cell transplant that made a patient's HIV undetectable. So this patient was in remission for 18 months. They stopped taking their HIV drugs, and people were like, is he HIV negative? And doctor said, hold up. We can't say that the HIV is not there, but we can only say that we are getting closer and closer and closer to getting a cure for HIV. So I want to know from you, do you think that we can actually get a cure from HIV? Do you see that world coming? Do you see that day coming? Personally, for me, I can't say it's quite bleak for me, but you can always give us your opinion. So another one that we saw that trended is of the hashtag KFC couple, hashtag KFC proposal. I mean, a man just proposed to his lady at a restaurant. Boom! Before you know it, it's a national thing. The nation is planning the wedding, and they actually had a beautiful wedding on the 31st of December at a private hotel, a private place, and it was with family and friends. And guess what? They'll be jetting off to New York for their honeymoon. Indeed, dreams do come true. Congratulations to them. We also saw the 12th annual SABC Crown Gospel Music Awards, in which a lot of artists walked away with prestigious awards, and I was so happy for the biggest awards of the night. Like the best male gospel artist was taken by Dakindo, followed by Hlengwe Mhlaba, who took the best female gospel artist. I'm so happy for her. I've always wanted her to win that award. Always. We also saw the Artist of the Year being won by Chumani Ngojo, and the Song of the Year was won by Jumbo with the song Engipha. So congratulations to all the winners as well as all those nominees. I love this kind of event. Very, very different, very, very refreshing every year. Another one we saw is of Tyler Perry launching his film studios in the United States, one of the largest studios with a whopping 134 hectares huge. And the launch had different celebrities ranging from Oprah Winfrey, Halle Berry, and the Globe was just celebrating his launch of the studio, and it rekindled someone's dream to say, you're never too old to accomplish your dream. And in sports, we saw the U.S. soccer, or rather women's soccer team, winning the Women's World Cup, with Marta scoring 17 goals, making it to hold the record of the most goals scored in a FIFA World Cup tournament. When I saw this, I was like, wow, this woman, I see two things. Number one, she's serious. Number two, she is gifted. So congratulations to the U.S. soccer women's team. Right, we also saw our own victory in the Rugby World Cup 2019 that took place in Yokohama, in which the Springboks beat England by 30-12. It was a moment of jubilation in South Africa. We had the trophy tour. Our president had a word or two to say about how proud he was about the triumph, and it felt like Christmas came early. And that was enough, another celebration came through with our girl, Miss SA 2019, Zosi Bini Tunzi, clinching the Miss Universe title. So what I loved about her is that she broke a lot of barriers. Number one, the first Black South African woman to win the title, and she was also the first woman to wear that crown, which was designed in 2019. And another thing, when I discovered the price of this crown, I was like, what? So it is estimated to be at 73 million rand. So excluding the outfit, the shoes, the accessories, whatever, when you see Miss Universe walking there, she has a crown of 73 million rands. So yeah, we are very proud of her, and she also rekindled a black girl's dream to say your dreams are valid. You can be anything that you want to be. So those are all the stories that I had of 2019 that made headlines, the good stories, the big stories, the exciting stories, and we can only hope that 2020 is going to bring us even bigger, better, and wonderful stories. Thank you so much. Continue to like, to share, and to subscribe to my channel. Look forward to the 2020 stories. It's gonna be big. Shap shap.